Okay, I'm going to play some yeah, relaxing music as a background, video game music. No, something like this. Yeah, let's continue. So what I'm doing now, I'm trying to add also some rotation to the emission of particles in the game. Yes, direction angle. This is the one we want here, and let's do like this. Okay. This rotation type is equal to this rotation type, and we'll see if this works. We try it out. Yeah, every sort of mission should be able to perform a different rotation to the particles. And that's what I'm trying to do here. It's just very similar, the code for all the different emissions. Let's not forget to pass it here. Otherwise, we are doing it for nothing. Which is not what we want. Okay. Angle align. Okay. And oops. Rotation angle. So let's also do the things properly. Otherwise, I'm going to forget something important here. This is here and here also. Okay. We can continue now. This is a bit more square emission. Rotation type. Equal to rotation type. Yeah. Perfect. Let's see now, because in this case we don't really have an angle. The angle is going to be always yeah, let me see, because here angle align doesn't make any sense. There is no angle, so we're going to make this aware. So let's log an error. Yeah, requested a name of a particle's rotation angle align for emission square emission shape. Name of square emission shape. Requested, not supported. Yes. Okay, that's mainly it. And then this is the rotation angle. Boom, boom, boom. Okie dokie. And the last one, circular inside emission. Okay. I have all sorts of emissions. These are the different emission types for the particle system. And yeah, I'm just mainly making as many as I need as I go, as I'm developing the game. So there are still some things missing. And I do prefer to make them quite clean, even though now I'm adding a switch here. But I do prefer to have more implementations with very straightforward calculations. So there are no more, I do not want to have if statements, and I already have this one which I find necessary now for rotation, but the less you have the better, because this is happening every frame. All the particles are active, so yeah, we want to be careful with that. Okay. Let's go this angle. This is right. Okay, this is right. Rotation angle equal to angle. Okay, to the angle there. Okay. Last thing but not least, we need to make sure this is here. And the very last thing is to make sure that, okay, when we create the mission, we are passing the rotation time, that's fine. And when we are writing bytes for the production build, we need to also write this, right? Sorry, we need to write rotation type. Okay, this is important, and all of them have it. We are going to write it the last one. Okay, yeah, zoom. So when we are reading bytes now, we also need to read this. Rotation type is equal to a particles rotation, and we can read in 32. Yeah, make sure we have it everywhere. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay, great. This should be fine now. Now if we go to our data, wait, first entities. No, let's just go to the particles, and we do not have too many yet, so this should be easy. An easy thing to do now. Mission. We have a start angle, and now we have a rotation type. So most of them are going to be 0 because we do not want any rotation. Emission shape. Emission shape is a shame, no? Mm. Yeah, the shape. Yeah, there's ID2 shape, comma, boom. The 3 shape, comma, is this. Okay, and ID. I'm stupid. I'm very stupid. I guess now. Okay. ID4. Oh, did I do that right? Ah, here. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. So now this should work without. Let me see. The particle seems to be fine everywhere. Let's see what this does. Yeah. Okay. This is okay. Yeah, there is an error there with the particles. Okay. Now let's try. If we do axle align with this 1, so instead of number 0, we want type 1. I want to see if this actually works now. Let's see. Oh yeah, but I think they are I don't think they're really rotating towards where they have to rotate because they are not. Oh wait, because I think I'm doing it wrong. I think I was doing it wrong. Wait, let me see. Mm, yeah. Let me see. Mm, we need type 0, I think. Mm, here we need type 0 because that. Oh, actually not. Wait. It's type 0. I don't need all this stuff. Wait. Let me check. Maybe not really 0. Or yes, let's try emission particles emission shape. Here type 0 is angular. The only thing we need here is max angle. So particles. Okay, so we don't need a radius and we don't need this. Let's try now. What happened? Okay. Yes, that's fine, I think. It's very spirally. Particles are not okay. I think I know what is going on because when we initialize the particles, we have timers, directions, local scales, local rotation, we have everything, no? So when we initialize, update, this is all fine. When you create a new one, this is what happens. We are passing directions, local scale, timers, and local positions. So directions, rotation, position, and timers. But when we are creating one, initializing one here, mm, oh, I don't think it's needed. Every time there's a new instance, oh, but here it's all particles that we need to have. Uh, yeah. Then I don't understand why it happens. Position. Here we have a different position, emission and velocity. Hmm. Previous one appears there where it was, so the position doesn't seem to be updated, as you can see. It's as if it appears 2 times. That's a bit weird because we are in principle when we play um, we just mainly look for the last particle index, which is fine. If it's not empty, continue. Index equal to y. If it's -1, yeah, that's not what is happening. mm, Why I'm doing this? This is stupid. It's never reachable. Okay, so here the problem is that mm, oh no, that was fine. Okay, so if we reach the maximum, then we stop. Otherwise, we take the last index. And this is now the index. We increase the particles index if this was the last one. Yeah, which makes sense. And then we add the data wall if it's the first one. Okay, so when we initialize, so when we update the instances, we only update if they are not empty. Then if it's done, we remove instance. We are going to empty. Decrease index if this was the last one. So we are not, okay, we are not moving them from the position. This might be the problem. If it's not considered empty, that could be the problem, the issue. What is empty here? Okay, empty settings. Lifetime is equal to 0. This is what's considered empty. And where are we setting the lifetime? Emission. No? Empty settings. Let me see the empty settings. Where are you? Empty settings. These ones. Empty lifetime. Empty emission. We do have 0 lifetime. Yeah, okay. Then it looks okay to me. I don't know what is wrong. But if you look here, what is happening is that now it will pop up there. I'm pretty sure. It's here and then appears in the two sides. So the two of them are displayed, which is interesting. I think mm, it's done. It's done when this happens, which is okay. And then it removes the instance, and then it has to continue. So it emptied, and it continues, and then the update. Problem is that we are also updating it, so that's what is concerning me. Otherwise, it could be a problem of so it could be a problem of the rendering, but it's not the rendering. Rendering seems to be fine. What I think the problem is could be that it's even the same instance, but we do have more. There's these ones because what it's telling me here. How do I know how many you have? Instance. Ah, I do. Why? This is number. This is why. Polygons count. How do I know the instances that I have to last index polygons count? Yeah, this is a problem. Last index equal to polygons count. Duration is greater than 0. Global timer is greater than emission duration. Return. Okay. let's see what happens. So, let me see the first ones. Mm. No. Here. That was fine. Not really, this happens twice. Why 999999? Who's doing this? Who is requesting this? Someone is requesting this 999999. This makes no sense. From where? This is the okay. Play harvest effect. We are not doing any of these, so the only one that can be doing this is this. Okay, this looks okay, but okay, let's try to figure out why that happened. So the position is right. Then it's the same position is right, I think. And now it happened again. 999. Well, let me see if I'm doing something very wrong. So what I'm doing here is if there is a collision, we are going to process the hit. I see, but this doesn't. I'm removing the entity already. Okay. First problem here is that this has to happen before the hit. Otherwise, the entity might be dead, the collision entity. So we're going to process it beforehand. This is what I'm doing here. And the position is going to be the collision, then all the rest should be fine, I see. Ow. Still happens. Still happens. Still happens. Of course, still happens because this doesn't. I. But it. Right. Mm. Reach position. Collision entity. Uh, Target entity. When are we returning through? We are returning through only here, right? And we assign the collision. Yeah. Yeah. So interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I'm Let's see something. Oh, that's not going to work. Production is not going to work now. Okay, let's see. So we got here this at this position. Then this is the one that appears here, which is correct. And then this one is also correct. So now the positions are correct. Okay, that's clearly then problem of the particle system. Okay, I just needed to confirm. You never know. You think things are working properly, but then suddenly you didn't. You never got to the situation in which the issue becomes apparent, you know? And now I did that. So what I'm thinking is the following. Let me see, because here we have the last total particles count and the particles count. Now let me see in the rendering what we're doing. We have particles count here, so mm, we are saying that for every instant that we have, we add the total particles. This is the particles count. And then we are dividing them in these two, okay? So we are, oh, but then we are doing the total particles. Why the total particles? That could be the issue, because then here we only take the particles count, or the ones that we are painting. And what are we drawing? Instances count, which is this. And this comes from this. Okay, this is the problem. This cannot be total particles. Why is total particles? Because we know, we know we are going to get all these particles, right? Because that's what is going to be, but we do not want to render. So this happens every frame, which is okay. But then this current instances from count is not this. It's not that. Front count, back count. It's this one. This is the real one. Okay, let's try to make the change. So we know this is going to be the total, but this is not the... Okay, this is fine. This is not problematic, but let me do something. Int instances back here. Total instances back count and into yeah, and total instances front count. Okay. This is the back count and This is the oh yeah, front count and front count and front count. Back count, okay. And now this is going to be this. Why? Because this is the real actual count of particles we are going to have and not the other one. Okay. And this is our buffer that we are just increasing only when needed. Okay. Yeah, what I'm doing here, this is for the particles, right? I'm rendering the particles. And what I'm doing here is to make two draw calls, and the only reason I make two draw calls is because I want to render some particles in the front of entities and others in the back, and that gives the nice effect of that the particles are volumetric, let's say. And it's a very stupid, simple trick, but it just does what I need. So, okay, let's see if it works or it crashes. Okay, the particles are fine. So if you notice what I meant is this, you see, if you look at this one, the particles, this aluminum oxide here, some of them appear behind, you see, some of them appear behind the rocks and some in front. So it already gives the nice feeling, which is something you need to do in a 2D game. It's what it is. YouTube. Yes, that was the issue, see? Still, I don't like this. This doesn't feel right. It's also scaling. Ah, I see, because I made a mistake. I didn't want this thing. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, I think this is better 1.0. Yeah, let's see. Because that was like this spiral effect. That's so ugly. They are not moving. Why are they not moving? Ah, game over. I want to see also one thing because I didn't see them before in the reactor. Let's see if they pop up on the reactor. From where are the enemies coming? Where are you? Did they press already or not? No, no. Okay, let's see if they hit the reactor. If I can see the... Ah, yeah, there it is. Okay, the problem I think is this. What is this velocity? Particles velocity. Max speed and we have a speed curve. Okay, so the speed curve. uh, yeah, okay, that's fine. Or maybe we can do it in linear instead. But yeah, max speed 1. This is almost nothing, no? 10. Let's see. They're rotating. They are not moving as I thought. They are just rotating. Which means that this shape, interesting. Emission shape, okay. And then we have this angular emission. The angular, what is the direction here? Look, this is fine. The direction is x and y. X and y. So, hmm. Okay, what happens if we say that we want type 0? Maybe it's the rotation what is causing this weird thing. What happens now? Oh, click production. How I'm calculating the speed. Let me see. Instance. Let me see. Speed. Yeah, I see already there's a problem here. So we do have local positions plus direction multiplied by, and here we need to multiply by the speed and also by the game settings. Uh, and this is a particle of particle does have the same pixel size than the rest. This is missing, and so now the problem of, I mean, this game that's pixel size is what determines the zooming actually, but this game does not require zooming at runtime, and that's the reason I'm doing it like this. Yes, that's good. Now look. Okay, so now let's see what happens if we put back the type to 1. Okay, sorry, to, yeah, this one to 1. Let's see if it rotates, because that means that then is this rotation thing. It's a shader, then the problem. Yes, it's the shape. Wait, maybe it's not a shader. I think it's just not giving the right rotation. I think they are linear, right? Okay. After applying the pixel, which was needed, I do have a problem with the speed of everything. So I need to speed down everything. Speed 50. So pixel is 3 times, so then this should be 15 instead. Okay, like 15. Here we should have like 7. No, yeah, 7. Like 15, more or less, and 15, and 15, and this is almost nothing here, but it's going to be noticeable. 0 0.5, then, or 3, 4, yeah, this is 0 0.3, 0 0.3, yes. 15, and 0 0.3, okay. Yes, this is super fast now, but I think what is wrong? Maybe mission shape. There's something wrong here. Could be the angle. How am I using this in the particle rendering system? We create the rotation using the local rotation angles. Yeah. Hmm. This seems okay. Local scales for the scale. Though this angle doesn't seem to be right. And the reason could be because of the way it's painted. So let me see what it's doing exactly. It looks to me they're 90 degrees, so yeah, it's because it starts with 90. This needs to be rotated 90, I think. Doesn't seem to be right. I'm not wrong. I am not sure now what is the issue exactly. There they go. It seems still to be. Okay, let's do it differently then. Wait, let's do it differently. Let's put it back to vertical, and then let's say that let's force this to be 0 so we can see what happens. Okay, I want to see if the 0 is actually pointing up. Yes, but it's going to the right. That's a problem. That's why this is wrong. So here yes, the night was right. Hmm. That seems to be working good. Cool. So I just have to remove the 90 degrees or hmm. Angle 0 goes to the right. Rotation angle 0. Or I draw them to the right. But I think this makes more sense to me to be vertical. So yeah. I don't know. To be honest, maybe it makes, but it didn't work like that. It didn't work, right? Does this not, uh, is this not the same as doing this? If I now rotate a sprite instead, right? And then I do rotate the sprite like this, but this does not work. Nope. Oh, this was a mistake, no? I don't know. Yeah, I do have to remove that. Okay. And then let's leave it like this. Okay. Now let me play around with the particle, the speed, and this sort of things to see if we can match the thing. Okay, we can make it nicer than that because right now it's very ugly. Yeah, okay, this is not ideal to be honest. Let's do something. Mathematics, we have this. Let's make angle 90 degrees p 90 degrees p multiplied by 0.5. Okay, make it constant. 5f. Okay, the particle summation. In which one? In this one. I hate this unread record. It just cuts in the point. Okay, now the problem is with the sprites that they become extremely large. So what we can do is two things. Let's first shorten it and let's make it more sparkly. Like I don't like this. Let's try something. Let's make shadow. I'm still thinking the angles is something wrong. Okay. So we're going to do something different actually. We're going to try the following particles. We are going to decrease this to 0.5, not too long. The speed I like and the rate. Duration can still be that. And what we're going to do is to make that this actually does the opposite. This goes from 0.1 from 1 to 0.2, the scale. So this is going to shrink. This is better actually. Though there is some error. There's some things that do not make sense. I think the rotation thing is wrong still. Let me try something. No, they go the wrong direction. I still think there's something wrong. Right? It's me or there's something wrong? The rotation is wrong. It's some. Ay. Not very fond of how it looks. Let's try with let's make this much more simple like this. Okay, so what we can do then is do it a bit different. Do like I like the idea of decreasing this. Okay, and then now we're going to increase the rate to 200 and see what happens. Speed is fine, lifetime should still be shorter, like 2, maybe 2. What did I do now? Why are they not appearing? Where's the money? Oh. Okay. Let me try something for this instance. There is something here that we need. Let's do something. If the rate is -1, let's make it like that. There's the mode. Let me see. Wait, this is not going to work. Now I have to do it differently. This is not going to go like this. No, I'm not using monogame. It's I'm using OpenTK, which is a framework for C#, which has some mathematics and has yeah, has the bindings for the OpenGL, so I can build a game directly on the rendering and all that stuff for OpenGL. Rate, what is the rate? Smart. So what we can do then, and the particle data. This is not what we are going to do. We are going to do it differently. We are going to do yeah, I think we need to create this here. Let's say particle submission mode, and let's. This is rate and burst. Let's keep it for now simple, but I think it will be enough for now. If we do mode, and then here we are going to need private and int count is with burst mode is with rate mode. I'm currently 1 month and a half, but I've done this, not exactly this, but I've done this before, so I had quite a lot of experience and I had very clear what I wanted to do, the type of game. So what took me longer is to set up what I'm doing now, like set up that I can build this with a package, with assets package, and set up some other things. The rendering, the entity system is what took longer, and then now it's a bit faster how it's going. So I'm aiming to have something to show in 1 month from now. So I have to make a very short trailer and see if people finds interesting the idea. Wait, count is here very careful with this. We are writing the mode here. Mode count and rate. Okay, everything is fine now. Then we want to pass it here, rate, count, and mode. And here we need also everything public read only uint count and public read only emission mode. Okay. Uint count emission mode. Okay. This count is equal to count. This mode equal to mode. And now there's something wrong. What happened? Here. MT1 is going to have 0 particles, and I don't care on the mode rate. So what we want to do now in the particles instance is to say that, sorry, how long are you a programmer? For quite long. I started this as a hobby actually, but then I shift my professional career to be a programmer. My professional life, let's say I work as a programmer for games, use Unity mostly. And I've been for 10 years, I think. 10 years already. Do you um do you like what is your goal? Do you want to become like a software developer for games or for other, or you don't mind? Because I can give some advice on at least how it was for me. Let me see this particles here. Okay. First, the total particles count. Settings dot mode emission dot mode equal to rate. Then we calculate it like this. Otherwise, we say that this is the emission and this is the count. Does that make sense? Yes, right? This makes sense. Okay, then we have the total particles count, and then here down we also want to say that if we have a count, yeah, if maybe this I could make it differently, because you could also say that you want to emit a specific number of particles, but that doesn't make, for particles doesn't make too much sense. I think this is better. What we can do now is just to make sure here to say okay, let's divide it here. It's easier if emission dot mode equal to, I don't think they have more modes, so let's just do it with an if else state. With let's just do a switch here, it's fine. Emission dot mode case rate break case burst break. Normally we want to make sure that there is something, so let's not implemented not implemented name of particle submission, and then we can put it here. Emission mode emission dot mode. Sorry, this is no needed. this. Okay. Break default. Okay, let's do it like this, and then what we do is I normally like here to wait. I've just said something. I'm starting to make games, so do you know some coding, and I'm using C# as I'm starting school. I wanted to try myself and make Snake game. Yeah, I did also started doing small games. But I do actually recommend I mean, I started making games also like without an engine. Then I moved to do games with an engine, like with Unity, and then I do that now as a for work. But I at some point I just started building a 3D engine myself, and that gives you much more knowledge and experience. Let's say I think I would recommend you to, if you want to make a small game like a Snake or something like this, just do it from as much from raw as possible. Just even if you like to code with C or C++, but C# is also fine, no? But it just gives you this knowledge, this basic knowledge of programming, right? And then you can afterwards do whatever you need. Oh, I mess up here, sorry. But you understand what you're doing, no? Because C# has so many things like so for instance, you won't see me using list or anything from apart from a normal basic array, because in general it's no needed. It's just something that they give you the language, and that the moment you become more used to that, then you don't realize that it has an impact, no, on performance. And I will show you something now. Let me finish this, and I will show you that this game I can place lots of enemies, and it actually runs well. And just because the way of coding is simple, it's just following the basics of coding. Um, okay, yeah, I wanted to do the following. Int particles count is equal to emission.count. Okay, so we start for the simple, and then we say that if it's rate, so we are not doing anything with burst, but if it's rate, we are going to update this value like this. Okay. And now let's see that I didn't mess up. So we need to add two things. In the particles, we need to add two things now on the emission. Here we need the count, which is we don't care because this is going to be mode 0 in general. So mode rate. Uh, I think I'm forgetting a comma all the time. Comma, comma. If there is no comma, it's going to give an error. Stupid comma. Okay. Let's go down. Let's start from down. Count, comma, mode, and no comma. This mode should not have a comma. Okay. Count, comma, mode. Boom, and mode. Okay. So I think now, oh my god, I had so many I didn't realize. I have to automate this a bit. Yeah, usually this is stupid. Okay, okay, let's try. Oh no, that's not going to work now. Um, it depends. To be honest, in companies, depending the role you want, learning a engine like Unity or Unreal, um, there are lots of jobs where they just value that, but they still value that you have the basic concepts of software development clear. So I think for that sort of game is not really needed an engine. But on the same hand, you need to also maybe learn one of these engines so you can put it on your portfolio because they use those things, right? And they want someone that knows about Unity. But I've seen many cases that they just don't care. They just want to know if you have some experience, but if you can prove that you can program games and that's fine. That's enough. Okay, that's fine, but there's something happening here. Particles are working, but not mine. What happened to mine? Ah, I said rate -1. Okay, let's put this to 50 just to be sure that it's working. And then we will try. I actually wanted to show you, yeah, these scenes. So we can go crazy. Once, well, it's not that crazy, but 1,000 enemies. Oh, no, yeah, it breaks. It breaks because I don't have enough capacity. Let's add some capacity for the characters. Boom. That's crazy. That was too much. Wait, I could not even move. Wait, let's see if I can move at least. What? That's crazy. Mm, stupid less. Ah. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to the normal numbers too. Yeah, have a good one. Bye. I have the feeling they are wrong. There's something wrong. Oh. It also happened twice. This of the particle is killing me. I don't give a shit. Don't like it. Oh, that makes sense. Because we have to match the duration. I think it's because the way it rotates this. Because it rotates it from here. So yes, this is now good. That's cool, yes. That looks great. Okay, now we have to make it shorter but faster, right? Let's make it 200, so double the speed. And we can make it opposite because this we could make a linear curve. I mean, let's change the speed for linear. Yeah, this one. So we want to have a linear speed curve. And then we are going to make that it starts big and it slows down to 0.1 maybe, and it starts very fast, and it's going to be for 0.2 seconds. Yes, this is cool. Boom. 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 Cool, right? Okay. Now the other part we have to choose word. I think let me see. Spell system. I think what makes sense is that instead of this position, we need to do the following. This doesn't even make sense. I don't think this. Uh, no, there's not going to be the thing. No, I actually think the position is fine. What is the tile set here? The font tile set. Yeah, it's for the entities. That's fine. Okay. I'm going to get something to eat. Is there someone watching? Any question, anything you would like to know? What am I doing? Mm, Now I wanted to make another effect actually. Let's make another particle effect. Today is a particles day. Mm, but I want this to look great. Well, great. Look good enough to be shown. So let's make another particle. Number 9. And this is going to be water metal spellcast. We're going to do the opposite. If I remember correctly, I had one. The circular inside. This is the radius. That's interesting. This is number 5. We want this to be number 5, okay? And the radius is going to be 64. 64? No. Radius. Let me see it here. I have it somewhere else, this one. 64, yeah, 64. 64 is fine. Okay, then this one needs to go in the skills. This user animation. Okay, we need to make something here. Skills data. We have user animation, and we can have here a JSON private event event cast particles ID. Okay, when you're casting this or whatever. Let's just call it the same user particles ID. No. Okay. User particles ID. Nine, right? Nine. I was doing right. Nine. Yeah. Okay, here. Here. Cast. This is the moment. Play animation. This is the moment we cast. So here, we're going to play the animation, and we're going to play if x is okay. So here we do if we need the particle system. Let's just copy from the spell system. We're going to do the same. We need to do the same. Exactly the same. Oh. Me and my stupidness. What I'm doing? I have the keyboard there destroyed. This is the enemy entity index. I think the position is somewhere. Yes, position is there. This is the position already. Yeah. But so we need effect position. We can push it here. Here. That's not possible. So this is stupid already. Because with enemies, it's clear that it's not possible. So this is just this. It's equal to position dot x and position dot y plus this. No, plus this. What happened? What am I not closing something other? Okay. Default tile. I do have it already. Oh my god. Is the file tile size, not tile set? Oh my god. Okay. It works. Mm. Mm. Okay. Now we can make it. My idea is to use something similar. Mm. Mm. Let's try this. Very simple. 96. 96, and we're not going to do it burst. We're going to do it normal because it's going to look much better, I think. Yeah, I don't care on the count. This is 0. And this must be longer. Duration can be. What is the cast time? Skills. Cooldown. Cooldown is your damage. What is the cast time? Huh? Is it here? No. Wait, do we have a... Ah, it's animation. Okay. Two. No, player dead, no. We need enemy. This one. 1-1. I think it's number 6. 1 second. That will change, but it's okay. Number 6, no, yeah. There's 1 second. What do we need here? Let's try this. There's still something wrong. Ah, how we can do to apply as offset? I think Sorry, the eating makes a lot of noise, I just realized. Um, I'm thinking what I want to use because if I want to reuse the particles, I don't want to add an offset here. But I don't have any other place. Hmm. It could be. Well, we will do it. For now, I think it's fine because I like that the particles effect appear from the side, not from the one like here, for example. I apply it towards there. How is this actually done? Mm, mm, this is the offset. I just put it there, but because I know it. Mm, well, I'm still not sure how I'm going to do this. Anyway, let's just see how it looks. Oh, I made a mistake. Well, first of all, I think the radius is way too big. Mm, this could be maybe 16 better. This is doing it wrong, huh? This is not doing what it has to do. Mm, interesting. I thought that number 5 is the right one, no? Radius. Radius number 5. Number 5. We get a random angle. And we don't use the radius. Ah, yeah, for the position. Mm. But I do see one problem, which is that we should invert the rotation 180 degrees. Here the rotation is angle minus this plus let's make the 180 here. Oh wait, that's a stupid no. Must be. I can do it like this. Must be. Yeah. This is one thing that the angle was wrong, but still the radius. I don't understand. It goes wrong, right? It goes up towards that side. Why? This is meant to be fine. I didn't touch anything. Ah, but this is wrong. Oh, that's one thing, but that's not be the reason for this. This is not going to be the reason. So, or maybe yes, because it's an optical effect. No. The radius is doing nothing. I think it's right what I have there. Radius reader. 100 integer. Radius 5. Radius particles 9, 8, 96, 5, 16. I don't get it. Though I think this is wrong. We should apply the radius. We should not do it like this. Let me do something. This we need to make it different. So if I want a very small radius, could be also a 4, 16. This is no 21, more or less. 16, right? 16, 21, 21, 21. That's a bit annoying. It's 10.8 and 6. The thing is that I should apply that afterwards. I don't want to apply it here, the multiplier. Wait. I'm doing something wrong now. I'm making a mistake now in the particles. Leave it how it was, 32. Okay, so what I think is that here this all has to be multiplied by pixel size. That's my mistake. So everything is going to be larger now. Let's see. Because maybe I'm applying it somewhere else and I didn't realize. Oh, no, it's 32 by 32. Mm. Now I'm a bit confused. Oh, sorry, I've been left this all the time. I will revisit this. is wrong. It cannot be. 64 is huge. And this becomes very small. Why this x and y is never 1? Can we do... let's have a look. So, well, it is. I don't understand then why it was so small. Yeah. So, for the radius, it is indeed this the problem. And this is what makes sense, to be honest. Yes. I know what the problem is here. Yeah, of course, because it's from the center. Stupid. Joder. Okay, so everywhere where it says 60 something is less. Just 5. doesn't matter. No. It's just 21. 64. This is 16 right there. 21. Ah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's right. Wait. Yeah, about the Jackson. That's a good point. I'm sometimes a bit lazy for those things. Wait, I didn't know what I do. Maybe it's something wrong with the chat. Now I cannot read anything. Uh, so, yeah. Yeah, now I can see. Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, no, it's okay. For now, I don't have very long data files, so I can still go like this. So what I want to make is more an effect, a bit of a different effect now. This is too big. This is way too big. So I want to try to make this a bit smaller. Because I find it way too much. Let's try with this, and we are going to make it more a bit different. Yeah, I know. I like them being the text file. There is no reason at all. It's fine. I don't mind that. It's not that I'm working with JSON all the time. I just use them for this stuff. So yeah. Let me see, because what we need, lifetime rate. We need to actually do it the other way around. Yeah. Let's go for the 0. Let's see what happened like this. Oh, that's not good. Because it needs max angle, I think. Max angle has to be 6.18. Okay, let's make now then use a logarithmic curve for the velocity. Instead, we can use this one because I want to make it more bulky. Let's try with this one. Going to be also a bit smaller, shorter. Lifetime can be 3. Let's try to put more 80. Let's see if this. Yeah, that's more what I want. Though I will need to displace it, I will need to add an offset so it appears where it has to appear. A bit better. I'm just thinking if this makes more sense the other way around. Oh, I'm not changing it. I was coding now. Sorry. Yeah, not always. It depends. For the particles, I think it's what I have. And let me check. Can we see the code? I don't know. We can see this. Yeah, maybe it was better before. Actually, I don't know. I'll see. Let me check. Particles rendering. Sorry. Create a sprite here. I think it's from the top left. It should be from the top left. But you're right. No, then it must be from the top left corner. This is 0. We do 0, 0, 0, 1. No, from the bottom left. Because we are doing 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and 1, 0. No. Yeah, at some point I became have some conventions. I think everything was the same now, so I at some point had to make everything work the same because I had the entities, the particles, and the map, and I had to make sure that yeah, I can show. Let me change this. But I had to make sure that when I render, for example, a character here, I want the thing is that the map, the tiles, I render them from here, right? Which is not the normal like this. But the character, so let's say that the position 0, 0 would be on the top left. Or here, I don't know now, but what I wanted is that the position 0, 0 on the wall is here for this, and maybe for this is here, and for this is here. It doesn't matter. The idea is that I can choose it, no? Because here I want it in the middle. And yeah, so then I had to make some conventions, and in the end, yeah, most of the things, everything is rendered in the same way now, or at least I have sort of an idea of that everything was the same, and the rendering of the map, it's a bit different than the rest. But then everything matches, like the 0, 0 then would be here. I just sort of some weeks ago, I don't remember when, I just had to decide this. Whoa, the water is wrong. I forgot probably to put it on the right one. Water, where are you? Water, water harvest, water harvest, water harvest, water harvest. Yeah, this is 21. Okay. Okay. I think I'm wondering how where to put the offset. I need to have a way of offsetting the both anything, any of the particles, and that should happen in the spell system here. We should be able to offset from here towards whatever we want, and that will depend on the animation. But oh, it's interesting. So maybe I could put it in. Yeah, I'm thinking that these are going to be pretty unique, but it doesn't make sense to put it in the particles. Velocity. No, it doesn't make sense. It makes more sense to have it somewhere in the entity. So if I go to the entity animation, we have the sprite animations here, which has a frames, duration, and loop. That's a bit annoying. I don't know where it makes sense. Maybe uh, number 9. Okay, this is fine now. Animation data. I think we can do it there. It makes sense to me. So, entity animation data. We have all this sprite animation data, right? Which is telling me which type of a sprite is. I can know it here. It depends on the animation, duration, loop, frames, type. Or it's like, right? It's like when you work with skeletal animations, you do have the bones. You need to know where the bones are sometimes because you need to maybe place the weapon or something there. So I think here it makes also sense to have some sort of positions, right? So we could we could define some positions we can use, some key offsets that you want to use. So maybe in a generic way. but I don't want to mess up with this. I'll need more times this. Not only on the casting. I'll need probably to know. Okay, let's just do it simple. I think this is what makes more sense to me. I don't remember. I think it's probably -8. Or we can try. I don't know if I did this right. Anyway, this is not mandatory to be honest, but let's just make it for missing something important. Almost done. Okay, a bit more. Then let's do. Enemy, what are you here? I think it has to go a bit more here and a bit more up. 6. 6? 4? 6. Okay. Now it should be fine, I think. A bit more up. Okay, and there are two things, and there's another thing I want to modify right now. Just a tiny bit more up, say 8. Okay, and here up, minus 16.8. And also what I wanted to do is this. Now I remember here. I want to also add it here because because my system as not here. Also in the enemies. Where do we cast it? What is the position? Here, create a spell. Here, this position. Vector dose spell position is going to be equal to new vector 2. And then we do let's get this. There is a problem with timing, huh? But the timers are reset. I don't understand why. last thing. Oh, Okay, I'll be going already. Thanks for watching.